Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you can join us today. Hey, if you're joining the stream, make sure you fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think today might be. Bull trend day today, bear trend day today, trading range type day today. Also, let me know in chat why you think so. That'd be amazing. Let me say good morning to some of my pandas here. Thanks for joining the stream. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Kellyanne. Good morning, Real Idiot. Good morning, Albert. Good morning, Mike Carroll from Alabama. AJ Santa Maria. Good morning, pandas. Good morning, Florian Randell. I'm not sure if I've ever seen your name, Florian. If you're new to the stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. Brandon Jones from Florida. Jason from Texas. My trusty mod. What? This stream really could not... The quality of the stream just greatly increases with Jason here, so do appreciate Jason. Gary Douglas, good morning. SW Blaze from stormy Chicago. Good morning, good morning. Will Curtis from Massachusetts. El Jimmy from Texas. Giving us a little yeehaw here in the morning. Scott Hubbard, morning from Lancaster, Ohio. Stray Rat says, Panda, 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 Panda. Sleepy Joe, evening pandas. Tanner Neal, good morning, good morning. D-Lou, good morning. Sanai, let's get it. Bill Jesso, good morning. Rin S, good morning. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. Hey, make sure you hit that like button. Let's try to get to 100 likes before 9:30 so we can let the YouTube algorithm know this channel is bussin' and helps other people looking for content like this find this channel easier. Good morning, good morning. Hey, sorry for the noise outside. There is some landscape work going on and there's nothing that can be done about it, so sorry if you can hear that in the background. Oh, pandas, hey pandas. My losing streak continues. I am struggling, I'm not gonna lie, and even after the stream yesterday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my money back. Easy to make that money back. But I'll just tell you, after the stream, after this nonsense here, it's just, there were no entries. We had one nice entry here at the bottom of the trading range, marked by the trading range indicator. But typically on trading ranges, you want to enter those higher low, lower high setups. And we got no higher low setup here. So I couldn't even enter there. We got a L4, but wasn't close enough to the key area. And actually started to break down beyond it. And then miraculously reversed right here on a higher low setup on a two-legged pullback. And from there, it was just impossible to find an entry in this super strong uptrend. But the super strong uptrend, look to the left of the chart, is simply just an expansion of this larger trading range. When we look at the 10K chart, that trading range is easily seen right here. So that huge move up was just an expansion of that. And now we're finding ourselves at the top of the trading range, and we're finding some support here. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here. 10K chart also realized and recognized that it has recaptured the 20 EMA. We broke down it for the first time in a couple days, closing strong beneath it, having made measure move gaps. And so this is kind of why I thought we were going to go short because of these measure move gaps here. But it actually retook the 20 EMA, and now it's right above the 20 EMA. Riding above it once again, trying to break down the 20 EMA, but notice it fails 1, 2, 3 times so far, and has recovered the 20 EMA every single time. So we do have a, actually a simple spike in channel still. We're still in this spike in channel, as you can see, right from this pivot low, and originally it was at this pivot low, but came to retest it perfectly, and so now we're readjusting and updating our channel here. So perfectly healthy spike in channel so far. Pandas. Hey, if you're new to the channel, this is what we're doing here. I'm Buy My Money and welcome to the stream. We're scalping one single instrument, the S&P futures, and we look for only one single setup to like a pullback. It's a setup that looks like this, 2 pushes down, or 2 pushes up, and we like to enter onto the reversal of these patterns. And so if we bring this pattern onto our charts right here, as you can see, we have a 2-legged pullback right here. 2-legged pullback, and then once we have reversed, we're able to not only scalp but create an entire swing here. And so we like to find a setup. The right context is a greater than 90% chance to make 1 point on the mini. Every contract for 1 point is $50. Currently we're trading 3 contracts, but pandas. Oh, by the way, if you want to know more information about this setup, check out the details or check out the description below. There's more details. There's playlists that go into more details about this setup. Also, we trade pure price action. So we have minimal indicators. We have the 20 MA, the 240 SMA, and we have a automatic we have a script that automatically identifies all the leg counts and second entries. And so we have here a second entry, but this one fails, as you can see. And so also marks these traps here. So we have a 2-legged pullback here and tries to reverse and actually fails and it's reversing that here. So if you're new to the channel, all you have to do is look in the right of the graph here, and the color of this diamond tells us all we need to know if we want to enter in terms of the context. Well, we have to find the context first, but when we find the right context, all we have to do is look at this diamond here, and if it's a dark red, dark green number, then we like to enter in. Sometimes we like to enter into these traps as well. As you can see, this trap is already exploding to the upside. Also, trading range indicator that marks these trading ranges using pure price action. If you like to know more information about the 2-legged pullback or the trading range indicator, you can check out the official website at www.tweleggedpullback.com. That's it for the introduction, pandas. Hey, pandas. If I have another red day today, pandas, I'm just gonna say this right now. I think I'm going to reduce my contract sizes, and I need to get some profitability back before re-entering in. I know I'm still pretty up from my initial balance, but I do not like how I've been getting so chopped up these days. Like, I've been getting chopped up like crazy, and it's just like when the market looks like this for hours on end, when the market looks like this for hours on end, I just find myself getting chopped up here trying to find the 2-legged pullbacks, and I'm struggling, pandas. I'm struggling here. So, just being honest, this is a journey, and so I'm not going to be perfect, but hopefully, no matter what, this stream can at least provide a little entertainment, and at best, hopefully, some education here. Missed it right here. Very interesting. He rocketed it up. 2K chart. What I'm seeing here is break of trend, retest of highs, but I'm not sure if we're going to find a major trend reversal here, because we had multiple chances to have the major trend reversal and none of them succeeded, and so therefore I think that's why we're going back up. That being said, we have a broad channel here now, and we are finding our way up here, pandas. We have broken out of this range so far. Oh, by the way, let's figure out the pull here. Good morning, pandas. Let me say good morning to a couple more pandas here. Good morning, good morning. AJ Santamir says, Panda, watch the levels. We need to pull back to 42.72, 42.73. Into Santamir thinks we're going to come back down here. Thinks we have to pull back here. Gary Douglas says, we have big Fed news at 10 o'clock, so watch y'all trading at that time. Kern says, hello, my fellows. Hello, my fellows. I like that. It rhymes, it rhymes, it rhymes. Good morning, pandas. Good morning. Hey, again, let's try to hit that 100 like goal before 9:30. Ooh, this breakout's nice. 1, 2, 3 points so far on this breakout, on this trap at the top. Trading range basically at all-time highs again. Pandas, if I were to be honest, what kind of day 53% of you guys think it is going to be trading range day today. 37% think it's a bull trend day today. Let's end this pull. Market's about to open 3 minutes. I'm gonna look at the daily real quick. In my opinion, we are doing the rare thing right now. We are doing the rare thing. We are breaking out to the upside here of this wedge. And as you can see, with a huge reversal bar off the 20 MA, and this could be what's just launching this up to new all-time highs. Typically, we do have a pullback after all-time highs, but we're not seeing that, pandas. And I'm not going to suspect this uptrend is going to end until I have clear signs. And man, we are just on a rocket ride, and it looks bullish to me, pandas. Like, we can come up to the ATR breakout. As you can see here, we came all the way down to this ATR breakout. By the way, this is the trading range indicator on the daily. And as you can see, it comes all the way down, touches the ATR, and reverses back. And so at this point, these ATR lines are basically where the trading range indicator will detect if the breakout is successful or not. It actually has to close underneath the breakout points. But here we see touches the breakout point, comes back, reverses all the way off of that ATR line. And I'm thinking we're going to try to hit the top of this ATR here. I think we're in a bull trend day today, but pandas, I'm a bear, I'm a panda, and so don't trust any pandas. What do pandas know, really? We're barely alive as a species. So hopefully there could be some sense in today's market. Hopefully it's just not super choppy. I would like a bull trend day today. I would like some trend day today. I would like some nice trends so we can find some nice two-legged pullbacks off of these trend lines. But pandas, I've been getting chopped up these days, so let's see what happens. Let's wait for the market to give us more information. But I think we could be in an uptrend day today, bull trend day today, but we shall see. Only thing I can think of, if we're like really in a bear trend day today, if we break below yesterday's low, which is way down here. We have to come all the way back down, break below this low. Then I can probably consider, okay, and then we're going to be in a strong downtrend day today. But man, that's pretty far down. Just not sure if it's going to happen, pandas. Market's about to open in less than a minute. Sorry, pandas, for that background noise. There's landscaping going on. I cannot do anything about it. It feels like they're lawn mowing my windows. It feels like they're lawn mowing in my room right now. That's what it sounds like. Rest assured, Eggy market has opened, pandas. I have an uptrend bias today. Let's see what happens, because we had this breakout right at all-time highs, and that trap breakout is successful, plus failed major trend reversal right here. So let's see what happens, pandas. 10K chart busting through the top of the trading rate, or the channel here. Strong bull bars. I'm not looking to go short right now anytime soon, until we have multiple downswings, then possibly. Let's try to find a setup here, pandas. Boy, if we get an H4 though up here, I'll be tempted to go short. We got an H4 at the top of this channel here. This is my channel right here, my broad channel. And the profit target for most institutions will be the top of this trend line most of the time. So if we get a nice reversal pattern right at the top here, then possibly can look for a short-term short. A short-term short. Terminal term asks, is a two-legged pullback more effective in a trend compared to a range day? I personally think the two-legged pullback indicator is effective. Well, the indicator always works, but the pattern, two-legged pullback pattern, it just has to be traded differently. If you are looking for two-legged pullbacks back to trend lines, or finding two-legged pullbacks off of trading ranges, then you just have to trade accordingly. We do have an H4, potential H4 here. H4 actually already triggers on the 5-minute here. But man, do you want to trade against this? Oh, we do have a wedge here, but this wedge is already broken out. Do you really want to trade against this? Let's wait for the first 5-minute bar to complete. This is a little risky. Okay, we do have an H4 or L4 setup here. L4 setup. I mean, I'm going to take the L4 for a scalp. I'm going to try. If we get to the top of this channel with the L4, I'll be looking for just a scalp here. And I'll have a pretty tight stop loss. We do have an L4, but notice the L4 is not close enough to my key area here, which is the top of this channel. Beautiful signal bar on the L4, but again, not close enough to my key area, which is the top of this channel. This is in the middle of nowhere. This is an L4 in the middle of nowhere. So it can make a point, but I am not interested right now. I wish this L4 was a little bit higher up to my key area. If it were, then I'll be way more interested. Currently, simply a two-legged pullback forming right now. A, B, C. It's very small, but it is a two-legged pullback. We could have a trend line, something like this, looking for a two-legged pullback right here. But we are getting choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars in a row overlapping. But hitting that key area right now could easily make a point here. It's a pretty good signal bar, but reversing again. That's why we gotta be careful when we trade these chops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars in a row overlapping. This could make a point, but you do have to consider that we could possibly be starting a trading range here. I think it has more chance to make a point than not, but because we're already in an uptrend and these small points of consolidation typically it's just a pause, and then it just keeps going back up, resumes the original trend. What do we got here? 5-minute printing a huge bull bar right now. 10K hitting the top of its channel here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's making a ledge right now. 5 hits on this one line. It's currently making a ledge, which is what you do not want to see if you're a bull. Ledges basically are when it hits a certain area exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times hitting that one spot. Okay, we're almost a point. A couple more ticks for a point. As I thought, it easily will, not easily, but it could make a point. More likely make a point because we have this trend line, really tight trend line with a two-legged pullback right off of that. We got a Pikachu right there. Enough to scalp out right there. Huge bull bar on the 5-minute. First single bar. First bar. We could have a trend day today, Pandas, which would be nice. Get some action here. Tight trend line, just enough to make a scalp here. Now we're approaching the top of this channel. But still, tight bull trend. We're still in an uptrend. What's going on here? We're getting choppy all of a sudden. Completely stalled out right now. Trading range indicators, notice a trading range right here. Starting to form with these 3 bars. Showing some chop, early signs of chop. Still focused on the market here. Okay, we're losing this trend line at the moment, but I'm not looking to go short right now. Perhaps on a lower high setup, but nothing right now. Still trickling upwards, still grinding up. Making another trap right off this trend line. Amazing. It makes a point at the 50s. Just watching, just watching. Not interested in this trap. A little too choppy for me. Could be one of those like super grindy bull days today. I just haven't seen one of those in a long time, but it could be one of those days where it just goes up forever, and the pullbacks are just teeny, and it goes up in a way like this, just chops all the way up all day for like 4 hours. It could just chop upwards, and it just doesn't seem like it's good. It doesn't seem like it's very strong, but it really, you know, when you read the price action, it tells us a lot. Right now, I'm not sure if I really see that, but basically every single pullback will be teeny. There'll be bull bars, maybe some doji bars, but basically the pullbacks will just be too small to do anything. Right? It'll be less than a point, which all of these have been so far, less than a point, all these pullbacks. Good morning, good morning. Skabursky, good morning, welcome pandas. Stack of Clams asks, what do you guys do when things are slow? I pace around my apartment. What do you guys do when things are slow? Ryan Shatner says, I just went long off the open, and we'll see how far I can ride it. Let's go, baby. Let's see how I can go. I kind of really wanted this long here, but it was just not at market open yet. Currently, we're in that grindy mode. Grindy mode right now. Just grinding up. Nothing's happening right now, pandas. Just grinding up, but we shall see. I think we're in an uptrend day today, pandas, but maybe we can find some sort of measure move here. We are actually at the top of the measure move perfectly. This measure move plays out right here. Could be why we're seeing some profit taking here and some grindiness. We're right at the measure move. Can't really see yet. So right at the measure move. Perfect hit to the measure move. People are taking profits here, but let's see if it keeps going higher. Jason says he watches Aussie Man videos on YouTube. Aussie Man had probably one of the best videos when it came to what's that one gymnast name? He did one on this gymnast, and it was so good. It was so funny. I think it's probably one of his most famous videos. Alright, that measure move is proving to be pretty good resistance at the moment. It hit that measure move perfectly with a micro triple top. And now reversing. Let's see if this measure move will continue to be resistance. if we're trying to go short here, we need a major trend reversal. Break a trend. Let's look at the other time frames here. 10K, top of the channel here, creating a decent signal bar, but still about 1,500 ticks left on this one bar. Gotta let it finish first. The 5-minute, super strong bull bar, no follow through, H4 setup, or L4 setup on the 5-minute. Enough to make a scalp here on the L4 on the 5-minute. That 5-minute strong bull bar with no follow through makes me a little hesitant of the bull trend day today, but still we are an uptrend, right? We're above the 20 MA on the 5-minute, above the 20 MA on the 10K, and right on the 20 MA on the 2K chart. So I don't know. Skrbeshki says, I go through trading course notes again. I treat it like I'm at work, and in that if it is slow, I do stuff to improve my on-the-job skills. I got some pretty hefty notebooks to keep me busy. Always getting better, Skrbeshki. You can never learn everything. We are reversing pretty convincingly off of that measure move, pandas. And we do have a break of the 20 MA. Should we look for a major trend reversal here? Hey, pandas, give me a 1 if we should look for a major trend reversal. Also, hey, pandas, let me know if you guys remember what is a major trend reversal. What are the 3 things we need? Give me 1 if I should trade a major trend reversal here. I'm anticipating the major trend reversal because we hit this measure move perfectly. Let's go, baby. Kellyanne took that reversal right off the measure move. Tanner Neal says, I watch old Michael Chin videos. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't know if that's the best thing you should do. Nick Wynn says, no on that trend reversal. Give me a 2 if I should not take it. Give me a 1 if I should look for a major trend reversal. Killian's hoping that this is the high of day and ready just to enjoy the ride all the way back down. Sorry, Killian. I'm not sure if you're gonna get your dream setup here. Bouncing off that 20 EMA very nicely. Can't even make a gap under the 20 EMA here. But no setup here, no two-legged pullback. A straight up first entry here. And market is enough for the market to take that first entry and just come right back up. We've got an H4 setting up. H4 setting up on the 10K chart. Pandas. I don't know if it'll actually trigger. But we're in a strong uptrend, pandas, and there's no doubt about that right now. Strong reversal bar, market trying to reverse, but no follow through on that bear bar. No follow through on the bear bar here. I'm curious if the 10K is going to make a L4 setup. Because if it does, I might take the L4. And by the way, pandas, good thing I didn't take this L4. Whoa, 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 whoa. Brandon Jones. Super chat $50? Brandon Jones, hey. Let's give a Brandon Jones. Let's get some Brandon Jones in the chat here. Let's get some at Brandon Jones here. Brandon Jones, thank you for the $50 super chat. Last night I received confirmation that I passed my evaluation and will be funded with a 100K account. I wanted to say thanks for all your help, indicators, stream videos, and Discord. Have a scalp on me. Brandon Jones, you are the panda of pandas. Thank you so much. Hey, congratulations. Let's show some love to Brandon Jones here. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Pandas, guess what? We bounced off perfectly again off that measure move. Failed breakout right there. Lower high setup. We hit it perfectly and just reversed. Very interesting, but this 20 EMA, the shape of it, the direction of it, reacting off of it, makes me a little hesitant thinking we're going to go short. But that is something to note. We hit that measure move perfectly, and we are now making a double top here. On the 10K chart, we failed to trigger the L4. We are making a triple top on almost all time frames here. 1, 2, 3. This quad top. We are in an uptrend, but it's looking weak now. Chop here. The uptrend is starting to convert into trading range, which is the typical thing that happens. Only thing I could really consider is taking a trap off the 20 MA. Failed second entry long. You know, the setup that I could look for is something like this maybe. Failed second entry long and trying to go short here. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I'm not very confident on this lower high setup. Mainly because we didn't even break beneath the 20 MA. Like, we didn't make a gap. There's no moving average gap, if you guys remember what that was. Brandon Jones, man, congrats, congrats. Yo, I hope you kill it. I hope you are killing. I hope you do kill it. Make all the pandas proud. Only thing I can think of is a failed second entry long here, but even that I don't really like. It's just, man, it's just, yeah, I'm not sure. It is, we are in an uptrend, but also we are clearly starting to enter a trading range, in my opinion. This breakout has ended, converts to trading range, could be small consolidation, but this is, price action wise, it is telling us it is already in a trading range. Getting choppy again here. One strong move up. Now we're starting to get a little choppy here. This is a two-legged pullback. Simple two-legged pullback off the 20 MA. But it's just not what I'm looking for. That is not clean enough for me to take. Too choppy and too sideways. Choppy as in the bars are overlapping, but also it's too sideways. Like, it's too close to the highs here. Right? Not even enough room to scalp out from the break of this high to this high. We do have the trap setup I was talking about, but it's above the 20 MA, which is something I don't like. It's above the 20 MA, which I do not like. I do not like this. But that's the trap setup I was talking about. Fail second entry long right here. ABC, fail second entry long. Do I want to take this short? I don't feel comfortable taking this short either. But we're hitting this measure move 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Hitting the top of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, showing us strength of this resistance here. Again, we are hitting the top of this, but guess what, pandas? The 10K is about to trigger a L4 setup on the 10K chart. And that's pretty rare. Let me make sure that's right. Yep, this is pretty rare. If it does trigger here, that is a pretty rare setup on the 10K chart. Doesn't happen very often. It happened here, right? L4 setup, and this actually fails to make a point on that L4 on the 10K, so it's not guaranteed. Here's another L4 setup on the 10K chart. Makes a point here. Makes a couple points there. Let's look in the back past here. Other than that, L4 setups not really there on the 10K chart. L4 H4 setups, very rare setups. We had a couple recently, but here's another L4. This one failed, and this is when the FOMC went crazy. L4 setup on, or another H4 setup on the 10K chart makes a point here. Even though it's very rare, like looking back in the past, it doesn't seem very reliable actually on the 10K chart, right? It seems like they're followed oftentimes by H5. I'm seeing a lot of H5s. Wow, that's very interesting. I'm glad I looked back in the past, because even though this setup is very rare, it does not really mean maybe a high probable setup on the 10K chart. Very interesting. I mean, it does scalp out a lot, but again, another perfect hit. We made a Pikachu at the top of this trading range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I gotta go short here with 5 hits on this one single spot here. I feel like I gotta go short. Pandas, I feel like I gotta go short here, pandas. I'm gonna try to go short here. And we'll keep a tight stop loss here. I'll keep it at 2 points. 1, 2. Let's keep it 1 point above this, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in a row on this one spot. I feel like we gotta take this short. Even though we're above the 20 MA, I just feel like with that many hits right there, you know, the market's telling us something with that many hits, and in my mind, this is not. It's worth it for me. I'm gonna keep a tighter stop loss than my 1 to 4. I'm gonna get 1, 2, 2.5 point stop loss here. But notice we're also finding support at the 20 EMA, and so we do have that also to consider. But man, with that many hits and the trading range indicator showing us that we're at the top of the trading range, lower high Pikachu setup here, I'm gonna try to scalp this out here. I'm not sure how far down this is gonna really go, but I'm gonna keep this at the bottom of the trading range just in case we hit it. My runner here. But with 5 hits like that right on at the measure move, I just feel like I gotta at least try here. Sounds like a hurricane outside with all the lawnmowers going on, but it's all good, pandas. This price action is kind of telling me more trading range. We are in an uptrend, but in my opinion, like, we're going sideways right now, and we're finding ourselves hitting our heads right here multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 failed attempts to break out here. I'm thinking we can at least scalp out here with this Pikachu, but I could be wrong. But my stop loss is pretty tight right now. It's not my typical 1 to 4. I just feel like I don't need that tight of a stop loss here. I need a tighter stop loss here, because if it does break out here, this could just keep going up. Just lower my stop loss here a little bit. We are struggling to make my point touch my target. Let's go, baby. I'm going to move, break even, +1. Save on commissions. I'm thinking we're going to try to come back down to the bottom of this trading range. Yesterday, I kind of prematurely sold off one of my runner here. This one feels a little different than yesterday's runner. Yesterday's runner, I felt very good. Felt very good about it. But let's keep an eye on this. Let's go, baby. Oh, am I gonna have a green day today, pandas? I should just end the stream after this trade just to keep my green day. Oh, it's so bad. I still won't get chopped up later. Let's see how far down this can go. It looks choppy. It doesn't look like it's gonna go very far, in my opinion, pandas. But hey, that's what runners are for. It's like a zero risk trade. We're gonna make money. Just how much money are we gonna make? We choose how much money we want now. I'm thinking if this ends like a solid bear bar, we have a good chance to come down here, but it looks like it's about to try to stop me out here, pandas. It looks like it stopped me out. We were a little too choppy. I should have maybe just scalped out my entire position, but it's all good, pandas. Pandas can dream. Just keeping an eye on this runner here. Hey, we're still in it. We're still in the runner. Still in this runner. Alright. Not what I expected, but pandas are still in this runner. But it's like, it's creating a bar that doesn't make me feel very confident it's going to go very far down. I'll just say that right now. It does not look like it's going to go very far down. Especially with a doji like that. I probably get stopped out right here. Alright, pandas, I'm stopped out. But let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let me go somewhere over the chats here. Axel says, what happened to Michael Chin? Tanner Neal says, this is Michael Chin's new account. Sure. As Michael Chin, I got a species. I'm a trans species, and I turned to a panda. Terminal Term says he got sued by Mac. Kellyanne, small position, tight stop. Sleepy Joe asks, Alberto and Brandon, are you guys using Top Step or One Up Trader? If you guys don't know, these are kind of these funded trading accounts that if you pass an evaluation, they give you a full funded account where they actually take all the risk for you. And so, but the thing is, they also take a big cut if you make any profits. They take about 20% of your profits. And so, maybe small price to pay in terms of, them taking all the risk. So. All right, we got 4 pushes down now. But this 20 EMA is still holding up pretty strong here. But the top of the trading range indicator is marking the top of the trading range perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits perfectly on this top of the trading range here. Frank Angelos, it sounds like the zookeeper's cleaning out the panda cage. CB Joe's, if you a ninja, Panda, you take the 100% of the first 8K withdrawal and fund your own account. Yeah, let's go, baby. Did the music stop? Oh, sorry, Pandas. Let's get that music back up. Ooh, sorry about blowing up your ears. Sorry, Pandas, did I explode all your eardrums? What just happened? Sorry, Pandas. The music has to be at that perfect balance, not too loud so it's distracting, but not too soft where you can't really enjoy it. Sorry about that, Pandas. If you need a hearing aid now, you can email me and I'll try to give you some money to buy your new hearing aids. Alright, Pandas, this is getting choppy here. But typically when it looks like this, we do typically come back down to test the bottom of the trading range. Let me show you one example of that here. So yesterday, for the very longest time, we were in this trading range. For the longest time, we were in this top of this trading range. But notice the trading range indicator. The trading range indicator says no, we're actually in this trading range with the red line here and the green line here. This is the actual trading range according to price action. You're thinking the trading range indicator seems a little off because I see the trading range up here. But notice it's basically at the top half of the trading range indicator, what the trading range indicator is saying. And lo and behold, where do we end up coming? Come back down to the bottom of the trading range. Notice the trading range indicator, notice this trading range way back here. And finally it comes back down to touch it. Bounces off of it perfectly here. Bounces off perfectly, comes right back off, bounces off perfectly at the top here. And so on these like choppy days, the trading range indicator is just so good. It's so good. It surprises me, to be honest, because you know I only programmed like basically the basic rules of how to find trading ranges using price action, and lo and behold, these trading ranges are formed, and it's just incredible how accurate it is. Like I would not think that this trading range, the bottom of it is right here. I would not think that. You know, if I were to do this manually, I would not think this. But so often that all of a sudden the market will crash down and just bounce off this random line right here. It's not random. Basically, it's formed because we have started to have overlapping bars here, showing that the market thinks that this point right here, this small area right here, is a point of inflection. So, regardless of what you think, it is a point of inflection, according to price action. Notice how the 20 EMA is still acting very strong. Top of the trading range acting very strong. We're just in chop now again. I'm not sure which way we're going to go here, Pandas. But I'll just say this. The longer sideways this goes, the less chance it has to go up. Typically, we're thinking a resumption of original trend. We still have potential H4 on the 10K chart, Pandas. Very interesting. This H4 might trigger here, but look how choppy it is on the 10K chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 overlapping bars. The 5-minute chart still clearly above the 20 EMA, making me think that we can look for a two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA. Some sort. We yet to have made a two-legged pullback on the 5-minute chart. A, B, C. If we do come back down, we could have potentially a two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA on the 5-minute chart here. Oh, Pandas. But to be honest, You know, I think I personally have. I'm definitely better on high volatile days. Like some people trade these kind of days better, but on the high volatility days, man, I trade those way better, and I miss those days when we were just like, basically almost every swing was making a point, and it was just like at that point, like it was so easy. But I mean, granted, I did triple this account, but still, like right now, I'm finding myself in a place where it's like I'm hitting red day after red day after red day, and I don't like it. You know, I don't enjoy that. I don't like the feeling of being unsure. I don't like the feeling of just wondering on these choppy days, like what's gonna happen. These choppy days are just these low volatility choppy days. Like volatility this low really hasn't been seen until like, you know, if we look like 2 years back. And so we're in this like super low volatility market, and it's very very difficult, in my opinion. But some might say this is just how it typically is, you know? Like we were spoiled, you know, around COVID times where the volatility was crazy, and we're able to just scalp out almost everything. Daniel says, dude, it's all good. I basically stayed even for 2 months. You'll break the cycle soon. Yeah, I think I'm just in this place where I might be up in this area for a while, and this is where the journey is. Like, the journey, part of the journey is to kind of get through these tough times, which is like these low volatility days, and hopefully learning how to adjust, right? Hopefully learning to be able to trade these days better, because inevitably it will happen again. Jack Pion says, MMR in vacation, so it's not moving as much. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. It's like the summer, you know, dull. But regardless summer dull or not, price action's king. Price action will tell us if it's a summer dull or not. All right, we're choppy pandas. We're just chilling now. We're chilling now. There's no trades right now with this price action. Pandas, pandas, pandas. Hey, pandas, make sure you hit that like button if you're enjoying the content here. Helps support the stream. You hitting that like button not only helps the stream, but guess what? Helps others, because you let the YouTube algorithm know that this stream is bussin'. That when you're engaged, when you hit that like button, when you do anything with the video, it lets the YouTube algorithm know that you guys are not passive watchers, but active watchers. That you guys are like ready and attentive. You guys are attentive to these videos, not just watching, having in the background, but you guys are actually attentive. So that engagement helps the YouTube algorithm know that, hey, when people are in the stream, that people's eyes are on the screen and they are actively listening and paying attention, which makes the YouTube algorithm want to push out this video to more and more people. And so you hitting that like button potentially helps others find this video who are looking for content like this. Imagine if you're looking for, live futures trading, or you're just getting into futures trading and you had no idea that this kind of content is available. Well, that's because not enough people engaging, not enough people liking this video, pushing this video out to those people who, would like to know that this exists. I mean, if you think about it, the only thing YouTube cares about at the end, even though it's a win-win situation, is really, can they make money, right? What videos are good for advertisements, what videos are not good for advertisements. And if you're engaged, if you're like watching the video attentively, guess what? When you see an ad, you're gonna listen and watch that ad more. You have more chance to be attentive when the ad runs. So for them, any engagement makes them want to push out the videos like crazy. So hopefully, hit that like button if you'd like to help others and help this video. And let's get that bamboo back. That bamboo. The top of this trading range is proving to be very strong, but wedging between the top of the trading range and also the 20 MA. 20 MA is acting as support. We're getting too choppy here. There's no trades for me right now. Way too choppy. Way too choppy. If I were to take a bet, I would actually go short here. But I'm just chilling. I'm sitting on my paws. Just waiting here. Just waiting. We're just waiting, pandas. The Worldview Bro says, I'm pretty new at this. How long did it take y'all to read the charts at an acceptable level? Well, I've been doing this for maybe a year and a quarter now. And it really depends on how much work you put into it. You know, someone could be doing this for 5 years, and someone could be doing this for 1 year. And the person who does this for 1 year but has been actively, intentionally studying charts, studying price action, understanding price action, you know, that person's gonna have way more experience than someone who has been doing this for 5 years and just been doing the exact same thing time and time again, making the same mistakes, not learning from his mistakes, and not taking the time and energy to learn new things and time and energy to learn proper price action techniques. And yeah, so it really just depends on you. I think, you know, for me, when I first started, I was just so hungry. I was thirsty. I wanted to get my hands on anything, any resource. And so at the time, there was like nothing there. At the time, it was just like, you know, Michael Chin, you know, which he gave no educational value to any of his trades. And also you had, you know, Mac from Price Action, which is like, you know, you don't really understand it unless you know, first understand the system. And so, but also even Mac from Price Action, that is not the kind of content I really am looking for. He does like end of the day chart reviews, and it's just too much hindsight bias for me. I don't really gain much from those. Not saying there's no value to it, but for me, the real value comes from something like this, right? Like, unfortunately, for me, like, I don't have the person doing what I'm doing right now. I wish I had the person doing what I'm doing right now so I can learn. But since it's not there, I decided to do it myself. So I basically have to learn price action through Al Brooks and Mac from Price Action Trading System. So it really depends on how much work you put into it. So, for instance, I'm reading this price action and I'm saying this is choppy. Otherwise, I would just gone into here, which would probably chop me out. Go into here, which I'll be successful. Maybe go into here even, but noticing it was choppy, like I would get trapped out right there. You know, like, so just because we know how to read price action now, we know this is choppy. We know not to enter into this kind of trading. We know when we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars right here that this is a small trading range. Fail, breakout, fail, breakdown, fail, breakout, fail, breakdown, fail, breakout, fail, breakdown. We know this because we're reading price action. We're not really comfortable trading until we break out of this consolidation. So that is a product of our price action reading and our experience learning that. Otherwise, we would not have known to do that. But we are doing that right now because we know to look for chop when we have all these overlapping bars. When the trading range indicator starts to pop out, look for choppiness. Look for potential choppiness. This trap here is starting to... Now we're starting to lose a 20 MA, which is what I want to see if we're trying to go short. This 20 MA was way too strong up to this point right here, finally breaking down multiple points downwards. And remember, like I said, the bottom of this trading range, even though it looks really random that it's down here, oftentimes it does come back down to the bottom of this trading range. I said that early on, if you guys remember, and you're thinking, no, like, why would this trading range be way down here? Aren't we just choppy up here? Yeah, we're choppy up here, but the trading range actually begins way back here. So oftentimes we do come back to retest that trading range, the bottom of that trading range. So you can say, no, the trading range is only up here, as you can see, but really, if you look at the trading range indicator, this is just the upper half of the trading range. I won't be surprised if we come back down to touch this, and this is why when I went short right here, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits on one point, failed to break out 1, 2, 3 times, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, failed to break out 5 times right here. I was thinking maybe go short and hold it down until we come to the bottom of this trading range. And the reason why is because the trading range indicator detected the trading range way down here. Yeah. Kern says, Richard Harris, very good. Last year I was looking at all 13 videos from Michael Chin when I was a beginner, but still learning. We're all still learning every single day. Richard Harris says, I studied 17 hours this past weekend. Let's go, baby. See, you're already winning. Real Idiot asks, how old am I? I'm over 25. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a 30-year-old panda. Mid-30s. I'll be very careful here. We lost a 20 MA. Richard Harris says he's going long, but I'll be very careful here. We lost a 20 MA here. We can make another trap down to the bottom of the trading range. When we're at the middle point, right, the bottom 2/3, right? If you imagine this broken up in thirds, right, this trading range, when you're not at the upper third or bottom third, you typically just want to stay away. Daniel I says, joined the 30 club yesterday. Hey, happy birthday, Daniel Eyes. Hey, let's give a happy birthday to Daniel Eyes. Yesterday was his birthday. 30th birthday, 30-30. Some of you guys might go long here, but thoughts and prayers to you for those who went long. Staying away from that long. One more tick to make the perfect scalp though for those who went long right there. Perfect scalp made for those who went long. Congrats. You might be trapped still, but one more tick up and we got an absolute scalp here. It's not enough room, right? Barely enough room to make a point from this high to the top of the trading range. Not a trade I'm interested in at all. So measure move up closer to 98. I found my measure move already hit perfectly on this horizontal line with this move up. And going to the highest point of the consolidation to the lowest point of consolidation, we bounce off perfectly off this measure move here. So those who went long here actually made an absolute scalp. So congrats to those who went long there, but not a trade I'm interested in, to be honest. This is way too choppy, barely enough room to make a point. That's very difficult in my opinion to go long right there. We're just choppy again all day. Pandas, this is the kind of market that we've been in lately. Just maybe one swing up right in the beginning, just complete sideways movement for hours, right? Strong move down, complete chop for hours. Basically, complete chop until the last hour, the last 30 minutes of the day, or last hour of the day, just kind of rockets upwards. But all of this is very difficult to trade. Nothing really stands out. Again, hit the top of the trading range perfectly, bounce off of it, and now we're reversing off of it again. We're just stuck in this trading range. All right, pandas, because we're in this trading range, let's talk some chats. What's going on, pandas? I had some other trades going on, some more options trading. I don't know if you guys are interested in options trading, but I actually shorted GME. I shorted them through a put. I bought a put on GME. Looking at the price action, looking at the strong spike down on the daily, and looking at the consolidation underneath the 20 MA, makes me feel like we have another move down, measure move down. So I have currently a put on GME, but it's a low risk put. I mean, it's just let's just take it or leave it. It's just a lottery ticket for me. It is what it is. If I lose it, I lose it. Sleepy Joe says, I think I was 15 when I learned about futures trading. That is very amazing. As a young person, learning about futures trading, that's amazing. I didn't know about futures trading until like, a couple of years ago. John says, on days like this, you just buy limit orders here, limit orders down here, and just keep on doing it until finally you hit a stop loss and you say, okay, you made enough money off all of these scalps here that it's okay to hit one stop loss. Jack Beyond says, made 100K with crypto this year. Let's go, baby. Ben Amo says, you're going to get smoked on that put. Let's see. The price action. I know you guys have the Reddit indicator, but the price action to me right now is telling me something sketchy is going on, and I don't like it. If I was long, I would not like the look of this setup, look of the chart right now on the daily. I would not like it, so I'm just reading the price action here. Kellyanne says, make some options trading videos, Panda. I don't know if I would do that just because I'm focused on price action, and to be honest, the option videos out there are very good. I basically learned everything I needed to learn through the videos online. The big thing about this particular strategy and price action, the reason why I'm making so many videos on it is because there's not much out there, right? There's very few people really trying to, teach price action. And the main thing is because it's difficult, right? It's not easy. It's not just like, okay, simply just do this. It's like trying to teach someone to learn a language through YouTube. And it's kind of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to learn a language called price action. And only some of us have the grit to stick around and the fortitude to really want to learn, the tenacity and, just basically the ambition to really want to learn it to a point where we're willing to watch these videos for hours to really understand and get a grasp of price action. But Pandas, right now, if price action is a language, and what the price action is telling us with this language is we are in trading range and we are just choppy. Kellyanne asks, what do you use to trade options? I use a platform called Tastyworks. Tastyworks is like a platform made specifically for options. It's not pretty in any sense, but gives you like information that it's a little hard. It organizes the information in a way where it's a little easier to trade options, in my opinion. Like the important information like deltas and IV and things like that. It's just right there on the spot, and the way that you can set up your legs or your trades, that's very easy on Tastyworks, but it's not very intuitive. It's kind of a little difficult to trade if you're not used to it to use. Terminal Term says Thomas Wade is I support Thomas Wade. Anyone who puts out content out there to help the community, I really do support. So yeah, Thomas Wade, he's his stuff is great. Go ahead, check his stuff out. His style is obviously a little different. He doesn't necessarily scalp the EME for 1 point. He does a little different risk reward. So his stuff is good too. Mike Carroll says, I learned about futures trading from a farmer. I mean, I guess like if you think about futures, it might have started with commodities. It might have started with like corn and grain and things like that. Actually, I'm not sure how the futures market was started, but I would imagine actually farmers knowing about futures because they are actually the ones who would use futures, practically. Like if they're like, okay, I want to buy this corn in the future for, $1. I don't know, $1 a pound. I don't know how they do it. That sounds expensive, but just say for instance, 5 years from now I want to still buy for $1 per pound. I'm going to buy a contract right now for the futures. That kind of makes sense. Like farmers would be into futures trading. Jack Beyond says, do you make more money on futures or options? Futures by far. Options trading, I actually have very little risk for options. I basically wheel on options, and wheeling right now, if you wheel, you don't make huge gains, but you make more consistent gains, and so that's for me. That's how I like to trade the options market. The futures market is kind of like where I can take a little more risk and try to build like a big account. And so like imagine I started with $5,000. I'm willing to lose that $5,000 at any point in time. It's fine with me. It's a small risk for me with the potential I can gain here. Tanner Neal says, okay, I guess Thomas Wade put some videos out there about losses. I'm not sure if I've seen those. Kellyanne says, can you paper trade on Tastyworks? Good question, I'm not sure. Malzar Ali says, have you ever considered combining price action with any other indicator or order flow level 2? I don't, but personally, if you do it, more power to you. If you can find a better edge using like more indicators with your trading, then I would say go ahead and do it. If you can find any edge, I will never stop you from doing that. I personally don't do it. I think it's just in my opinion, if the price tells me everything I need, right? The order flow can be tricky. The order flow can give you tricky, can actually be deceiving sometimes. And so but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Choppy here. We're finding some bullish buying power now at the top of the trading range. Notice that we couldn't come back to the bottom. We couldn't even match this low here. And we're starting to break out here. This might be a breakout at any moment now. Sooner or later, we're going to have to break out of this consolidation. Unfortunately, we didn't come back down to the bottom of the trading range before doing so. But we are starting to break out here. This is a very strong bull bar. Hitting the measure move again. I don't think this measure move can stand. I think it's going to break through, pandas. What do you guys think? I think this is going to break through and maybe make another measure move. I don't know how strong that measure move can literally last. But we have a measure move up here. I think this is a measure move that Daniel was talking about earlier. We're at that 98 level. We do have a successful breakout here. Very, very reasonable measure move. Price target. Strong bull bar ending near its high. This candle's not finished yet, but we're looking pretty strong here. The L4 does trigger on the 10K chart, but look at this choppiness. This is what we've been in for the last hour or so, pandas. This is what we've been looking at. How do you trade that? You can't. But the nice thing about price action is we know we can't. Pandas, we hit a two-legged pullback. I didn't even see this. We hit a two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. I missed that trade, pandas. I missed that. It actually was enough to make a scalp here, but just barely. I don't know if I necessarily would really like that trade, but ooh, but that perfect hit off the 20 EMA. If I had seen that, I'm thinking we're gonna keep going up because of that failed breakdown to the 20 EMA. I think that looks really nice on the 5-minute. Strong bull bar ending near its high at the top of the measure move. I think we're gonna make another move upwards, pandas. We just popped up above the measure move. We're looking for a measure move right now. Sorry, this is the previous measure move. It's kind of confusing. I'm saying measure move so much. But this was a previous measure move that acted as resistance. We have another potential measure move up here, and I think we're going to get it. Mainly because the 5 minute is telling us a little more information here. The 5 minutes telling us we hit a two-legged pullback right after 20 MA. And look at how it's curling upwards like this, pandas. The 10K consolidation, another leg up. That's what we're looking for on the 10K chart. Could be a failed breakout though. Who knows, pandas? No follow through after this breakout. No follow through. I'm still watching. Still watching here. Mystic tie, first scalp of the day. Let's go, baby. Congrats. Notice, pandas, we have not yet closed above this resistance. We need a strong close above it. I think the 5 minute is telling, right? Giving us a little more information than any of the other charts right now. Bouncing off that 20 MA with a failed breakdown. We do have a L4 setup on the 10K chart. Very weak follow through here. I don't like that follow through, but we're getting another bar, another follow through. I mean, my only setup right now is a trap trade. Right, if we get something like this, a trap, that's the only thing I can consider at this moment. I'm not sure if the market's going to even give us a trap trade here. All right, market, give us an entry, give us something here. I want to have an entry. I want a trap trade. I want something coming back to 20 MA. I want something. I want some buy signal for me if we can get it. Ben Amo says, do futures not have options? I only play SPY options, so I don't know anything about futures. Sorry. Futures are basically these contracts that it might sound like options, but it's kind of different. It's its own market, basically. And the futures market trades on its own instrument. So it's not like options like SPY options. It's its own, basically it's completely its own instrument. It trades on its own, but it basically aligns with the S&P cash. Very nice signal bar to go short. But I'm not interested in going short right now, pandas. That's a very nice signal bar to go short. Goodness, if I saw that signal bar in the right context, I would take that. That's a beautiful signal bar. Two-legged pullback. Still in Trap City. I don't know if I want to go long here though, pandas. I kind of want a two-legged pullback. Kind of want a two-legged pullback here. Ooh, okay. That's a little odd, right? If you're thinking a strong breakout, that's not what you really want to see as a bull. Strong signal bar with follow through. That is very interesting. Still no setup to go long. Like, I wouldn't go short there, pandas. It's a little too risky, but we hit the top of the trading range perfectly at the moment. When you're thinking strong breakout, this is not necessarily what you're looking for. Just watching here, just watching. Is this a failed breakout? Coming back to the bottom trading range. A lower high setup. The only way I would really go short here is if we get a trap to the downside, pandas. Right, if we get a two-legged pullback like this, go long, and then a trap. That's the only way I really would want to go short. Right, thinking that this breakout of this trading range is failing. But other than that, I don't really see a short trade unless we start to have convincingly lower highs, lower lows. Right, if we make a lower low here, double top, something like that. But for me, looking at the 5 minute, man, no follow through on that breakout on the 5 minute as well. That's incredible. This trading range might be too strong. It might come back right into the trading range here on the 5 minute. I got no setup right now, pandas. I'm gonna read the chat a little bit here. You guys are talking about someone, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. SW Bliss says, okay, yeah, I read that already. Kellyanne says, we're gonna hit 4,300 today or what? I mean, we're like pretty close to it, so who knows? You don't like to see that breaking back into the trading range. You do not like to see that. I guess you guys are talking about Matt's trade by Matt's. I'm not sure. Henster K is talking about some. I'm not sure. I guess he's talking about trades by Matt. Oh, Sleepy Joe asked what top step account and he got banned. JT Carpenter says, how do we know when we're always in short? The simple answer, price action. Oftentimes you don't know you're always in short unless after the fact. But Al Brooks would basically wait for two strong bull bars, bear bars, but also can't be in a consolidation. Basically he wants to see something like this, where 1, 2, maybe 3 bull bars in a row. He might say always in long now, and he might say something like that near a breakout point like that. Something like this where he'll see 1, 2 multiple bull bars in a row, and he might take a risk, take a scalp here, and put the stop entry down here, or sorry, the stop loss down here. And this at the bottom of the trading range, as you can see. And so Al Brooks, depending on context, really, he will be always in short. So in a sense, right, this was always in short right here. Doesn't really help with trading, but this was always in short for a while, and this was always in long for a while. Right now, there was no always in, no always in short or long here, right? Until we get a couple multiple bars in a row, right? 1, 2, always in long after this strong bull bar, right? Some people might try to go always long in right here, and then they got crushed. If they had a stop loss down here, still would make money. So always in long, always in short, it's pretty different, but you're basically just seeing like a breakout, and you want confirmation of a breakout, and then you want to go always in long. Hey, AJ Santa Maria says, I have not even one trade. That is good news if you have reasons why you're not in a trade, right? If you are sticking to your plan and you're not in a trade because of certain things that you're seeing, like the price actions making you confused, or you're just unsure about something, and you're not into it, you didn't make any trades that day, guess what? You won that day. You won that day because you're not entering trades that you're uncomfortable with. So that is actually winning. If you are made no trades today, it doesn't matter how many trades you make. Really, it doesn't matter. As long as you're profitable, as long as you stick to the plans, as long as you look for the best setups possible. So that's what we're trying to do in this channel. Let's try to get that set up though. 20 EMA acting as resist or support right now, top of this trading range. But this could be easily a failed breakout now, but notice that this will make it to like a pullback off the 20 EMA now. We're gonna look for something like this, right? And remember the setup that I was talking about is the only setup I would take to go short at this point, not this lower high setup, but I would look for something like this. I would look for a trap, right? Second entry trap. That's the only way I would really go short here. It's no good trades right now, pandas. Kern asks, has someone already bought Al Brooks' video course and can give feedback? Yes, I have bought it. He gives like a package of both like price action, futures, and also Forex. If you're not interested in Forex, I don't think the Forex is even necessary, but for the price of what you get from Al Brooks, his content, his resources, materials, that price, I can't tell you, like going through his videos, he has so many examples, so much attention to detail, it's worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. That is a lower high setup right there. But like I said, I cannot take this unless I see a trap trade here because, in my opinion, this is too confusing for me. And I would only feel very confident if we had a trap going down. Plus, that's an outside bar reversal. Failed breakout, pandas. Fancy that. Failed breakout, but the 20 EMA on the 5 minute, it's still there to protect it. So be careful if you're trying to go short. We're trying to go short. Notice the 5 minute chart. 20 EMA is right there to catch it. Right, we could still just be in this trading range on the 5 minute. This trading range proved to be a little too strong for the 5 minute to break out. Strong bull bar, no follow through. Trading range. Right back to 20 EMA. Daniel I says, the 10K is about to make a L4 setup. Alright, pandas, I'll take this L4. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it makes some sense that we're at the top of this channel here. But the chop here makes me really hesitant to take this L4 setup. It makes me really hesitant. Not even enough room to the bottom of the trading range here. Plus the 5 minute has a 20 MA blocking it. But pandas, remember, the only setup I said I would take is a trap off of this high here. Pandas. Alright, if we trap here, I'll take it since this is exactly what I said. I'm not taking this two-legged pullback. I'm going to take the trap here. Main reason, because we're choppy. Because we're choppy, failed breakout, thinking failed breakout, coming back down into the trading range, coming back down here. I'll take this trap to go short if it triggers. Even with the 5 minute hitting the 20 MA perfectly, bouncing off of it, I don't know if I want to go short into that, pandas. Conflicting. I'm conflicted. I am conflicted. Mark Carroll says just went long. Let's hope you make that. Let's hope you make that point. Yeah, I mean we're just too choppy. So even taking this trap is very risky in my opinion. So choppy here. The only thing that's stopping me is a perfect bounce off the 20 EMA on the 5 minute. Makes me think we're still in an uptrend. I don't like to trade against that. I do not want to trade against that perfect hit off the 20 EMA. I do not. I don't like that. Daniel I says, I'm not taking it. I'm up for the day, not risking. Tanner says, I'm in long. Hey, I hope for your guys' sake, you guys make this money. Hey, Pandas, I'm about to end this stream right now. If this makes a point here, then I am done. There's no setup here whatsoever for me to go short nor long. Trap disappears on the zeros. Makes a perfect scalp on the zeros. Hopefully for those who went long here, for your sake, that you make the point. Thoughts and prayers to you. Thoughts and prayers to you. That 5 minute hitting that 20 EMA perfectly. That just looks bullish in my opinion. But in general, I don't like to go long on top of trading ranges. I just don't like to do that. Boy, oh boy. What to do? We're still in Trap City, Pandas. End the stream soon. I just want to see the outcome of this trade here. I want to see if we make that point. Just watching. And this is like the kind of day it's like grueling. You're just watching. Like scalps should happen in like seconds. Alright, there's a perfect scalp, Pandas. No more trade setup. Pandas, thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the super chats. Pandas, you guys are amazing as always. You guys make my day. Even on slow days like this, where all you see for 1 hour straight. Hey man, without having that community, this would have been torture. But because of the community, we're able to just hang out, chill out, read price action, notice together as a community that we are choppy. And that in itself saves us money, right? Because we knew we were choppy, we were able to save money because we didn't go into any risky trades here. So Pandas, thanks for joining the stream. Glad that you can join us. Trade safe, Pandas. And yeah, as always, happy trading and God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just been choppy though. Chop, 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 chop. Trade safe, Pandas.